Okay guys, let me show you some nice cakes here. Look at these cakes they make. Teddy bear cake, a paisa cake, Antioqueño, typical of this area here in Colombia, with the carry all the dice, playing poker, the poncho or ruana they call it in Colombia, and the hat. Somebody's birthday, a woman, so she likes makeup and everything. Somebody's 50th birthday, with the coconut, the surfboard, this cake. These are just the examples. Some kid loves to farm. Peppa Pig down there and everything. Snow, like Frozen from the movie Frozen there. More cakes here, cowboys and cows and everything. With the Texas Longhorn. One of the Minions, look at that. One of the best soccer teams or football teams here in Colombia, Nacional, Atlético Nacional. You got all kinds of cakes they make here. Even the other soccer team, Bean, from Medellin. I'm in here in this bakery. I just had something to eat and all of that. That's what I just finished up with, but I'll show you what I ate. Flamingo cake. I don't know what that cake is. A newborn baby. Some baby was born, so, or the first year of the baby. And these other cakes are this construction stuff. So different type of decor, or somebody is going to be a priest or a nun, I don't know. Oh, look at this, even this. I'm not into that Corona beer, whatever, but they make that Corona beer cake thing there for those of you in the unicorn. And this is the bakery. I just had something to eat here. Nice baked goods, and I had an empanada that has cheese inside and guava paste. I had one of these, and I had one of these, almojábana, pan de bono, and that. Amigo, que esté bien, suerte. So I just had that, plus a little box of juice, all for $1.75, $1.75, according to the current exchange rate. So guys, we are here in Rionegro. For those of you who have been following me for a long time, this is not the first time I make a vlog here or a stream. But today, the difference between today and the previous times I've been here is that today I'm using the GoPro with my cell phone's gimbal. So with an adapter that I bought a couple of months ago in Medellin, so that I wouldn't have to buy a separate gimbal for action cameras, for GoPros or Insta360s that don't have good stabilization. So we are here, and this is episode 2. It's twofold, showing you the town of Rionegro, the city of Rionegro, and telling you the second story, episode 2 of my 2019 experience in India. This restaurant, todo natural, all natural, everything natural, is vegetarian, and it's been here since 1996. I have eaten here several times, and it's very good and all of that. So if you are a vegetarian or like healthy food and all of that, and you are here in Rionegro for a day trip from Medellin, I recommend you come here. Lunch is pretty good. It's like, I think, 15,000 pesos. That's about 4, 8, 12, 16. That's under $4 US. So we're going towards the town square over there. So this is Rionegro. And here in Rionegro back in, I think it was here in Rionegro back in 1810, where they signed the Constitution declaring Colombia free of Spanish rule back in 1810. I'm not sure, but I think this town is very historic and important in Colombia's independence and all of that. But I've studied the history before, but quite frankly, I forget. So right now we're going to go down through this street so I can keep telling you the story. Episode 2. After my first day, I arrived in Mumbai, India. So if you haven't seen episode 1, where I'm walking and talking in Marinilla, Antioquia, which is a town that is about 10 minutes away from here by bus, 10-15 max, and check it out. I'll leave the link at the end or in the description box. So this is episode 2, walking and talking, telling my story of my India experience through these beautiful backdrops in Colombia, and I'll be showing you and telling you a little bit about this town too. So after my first day in India, I went to sleep there. I was tired and everything, took a shower, met the family, and the next day I woke up to that Rajasthani music. I was like really? Wow. And I could just hear it with all the little the musical instruments they use. You know what they are, guys. If you know what the instruments are, what they're called, please leave the names of those instruments in the comments box below in the comments. So I was just blown away waking up to that early in the morning, like, and even the Jain temple that was on the other block, but I could see it from the window of the Airbnb where I was staying. I could hear the Jain temple announcing with the conch shell, the horn, that it was time for morning prayer and for people to go to the temple to do the worship there. All these caps are basically first copies, knockoffs. They're not original. They're knockoff copies. They'll get cheaper, and all kinds of clothing. Like in India, like you're in Mumbai or in Delhi at the Meena Bazaar there in front of the Jama Masjid. I was there in Delhi, but I'll tell that story another day. But I'm just making a reference point with very similar here in Colombia. When you go to these small towns or even in the city centers where a lot of commerce, a lot of business takes place, all these things are first copy. First copy, they're not originals. So we're in the historic center of Rionegro. So as we walk and talk, you can see the sights, not so much my face, even though my face is a handsome face. Come on, guys. No, not guys, women, ladies, any ladies watching this, from 1 to 10. What do you think? What do you give me? Be honest. I don't take anything seriously, but I like to ask the question anyhow. So let's continue going down the road here, walking. Some of that typical Paisa music, Antioquia music playing in the background right there as we walk by. And a little wind. It's a beautiful day here. So I wake up to that Jain temple music and other Rajasthani music around. Even though the Jain temple, I don't think that's Rajasthani music. I know it's a little windy, guys. I know it's a little windy, but please bear with me. Please bear with me. I'm just not really. It's just, wow, look, this is the historic center here. So, what can I tell you? Yeah, this is the historical center for Rionegro. So I wake up to that, I'm like, wow, mesmerized. So I take a shower, I look at the window, I see it. It's not even dawn yet. Daybreak hasn't come out yet, but I could see the temple a little bit, the Jain temple. So I took a shower and I had breakfast, a nice Indian breakfast that the lady offered at a price. I think she was charging me 80 rupees, maybe, I think, 90 rupees. And it was a good breakfast. Not American breakfast, not those continental American breakfasts where you got pancakes or waffles and eggs and sweet stuff. No, this is Indian thali or something. I don't remember what it was, but it was delish. Delish, baby, delish. So, reminds me of that Dale Phillip video there at the India Gate in Delhi. It was funny. Yes, Rionegro, Antioquia, very good, right? Number 1, right? She's funny. Excellent. They're happy saying Rionegro's number 1. So, we're in the historic center here. You see that chapel right there? It's a chapel. Let's make a pause from the Rionegro, from the Mumbai, India second day story. And let me show you this San Francisco chapel here. It's a chapel, it's not the main square here. It's just a chapel. Let's show you quickly. I've never really walked to the front. Let's go. Today I will do it for you guys. In India, in Colombia, in the US, in Europe, wherever you are, just check it out. Beautiful. It is beautiful. San Francisco de Aziz. He was a vegetarian. Right there, says San Francisco de Aziz. That's the offer to him. And this is an old chapel. St. Judas Tadeo. Beautiful. This church was constructed in 1759 and consecrated in 1778 by the San Francisco de Assis cult. And it was under the order of the Sacred Hearts that this was constructed. That's like a little mini park right there, just a little mini park. The main town square is over there, but we're gonna walk in a different direction. So I have more time to tell you the story. So let's go back to Mumbai. So I have breakfast there. Very nice family, the lady and the husband. Elderly people around 65, 75 years old. Somewhere around there, about 65 years old, I think. This is part of the old aqueduct system. You probably can't see it well, but they discovered it, that was there, so they did this kind of glass thing to protect it, to show this was the old aqueduct system here, right down there. Women here are pretty beautiful in general. If you observe their faces and all, they are very pretty in general. So we see this corner right here, this nice old school balcony house, red and white, one of the typical colors here. I'm gonna walk down this way, and this is La Convención Street 51, and we have the house there where they signed the Constitution for Colombia and everything right over here. Casa de la Convención, they called it the Convención, the convention. Here we have the information, Casa de la Convención, 1863. A little bit of history. The convention house, 1863. So it was built in the 1780s as a house for Francisco Javier Montoya, but the house was used as the headquarters for the Rionegro Constitutional Convention of 1863. So I was wrong, not 1810, but 1863. Also called the Constitution of the United States of Colombia. This constitution was characterized by its radicalism, its federal ideas, and its liberal stamp. In 1867, the building was divided into two properties. The Casa de la Convención Historical Museum sits in one part. Since 1956, there is an important collection of the independence time and the republic time of Colombia. In addition to those collections, the building is the home of the Municipal Historic Archive that contains documents from 1750 through 1930. Wow, look at that old Dodge Dart. Almost reminds me of the Dukes of Hazzard, the General Lee, a little bit because of the color, but it doesn't have the 01, and it's not a Charger or a Duster. So yeah, and the other part of the house is used for the National Learning Service, SENA, which is an educational institution that depends on the central government of Colombia. So the regional style here, the style of the architecture is regional Antioqueño. So this is regional Antioqueño architectural style. Historic Museum, Casa de la Convención, and I did a live walking tour through here before. Let's go in, see if they let us vlog, film. You see an old carriage, and look at the interior courtyard. Hola, ¿cómo está, señor? ¿Puedo filmar? Muy bien. Aquí pongo cerra, ¿no? Sí. Y
Ya indicando qué es lo que
that's it. So that's a book to sign in signatures. Look at here, some of this historical part here. Look at that chandelier. Look at the roof, high roofs. This was a rich man's home. As I told you, the guy's last name was Montoya. I just don't remember his name anymore. The first one, the second one. Maybe it should be somewhere around here. And show you some history that's say in Spanish. And that was the aqueduct, colonial aqueduct system I showed you just a few moments ago. And there was a hydraulic aqueduct, colonial style. And this was the carriage that the man had here, and they left before motors were built, engines. And this was the car pulled by a horse carriage. What do you guys think? You like it so far? Beautiful. I think it's nice. And let me see if I can clean the lens a little bit. Sorry, but it's the only thing. I don't do editing basically, except for these videos that when they're long they get divided up into sections, and then I gotta use video pad or something and then put them together again. Now this is a beautiful place, I've been here before, and this is the old regional Antioquia architectural style. And look at the cobblestone here, cobblestone interior courtyard, and those were like the windows right there, made of wood, and with the bars to protect from anybody trying to, you know, break in and all of that. So it's a beautiful house, and it was divided into two sections, and the house was a little bit remodeled. And this is like the old kitchen, but it was remodeled a little bit back in the day. So beautiful. Interior courtyard and the roof. And this is the printing press here in Rionegro that they used for that, for whatever, and all of this. So very nice. Very nice. And there goes the stuff they use, the letters and the numbers, small letter, capital letters, lowercase, uppercase, and all that stuff. Nice. That's cajón de tipos para cartel. I don't know how you say that in English, but anyhow, very nice. So we got all these things here, so let's go. And I guess this was the guy, no, this was Pascual Bravo Echeverri. He was the president back in 1863 when el estado de Antioquia. He was the president of the state of Antioquia, not of Colombia. So I don't know who that dude was, but there you go. There you go. So let's go out. Beautiful. Let's keep going. Chale, chalo. Que se je. Muchas gracias, señor. Que esté bien. Feliz tarde. Gracias. So this is a historic museum, Casa de la Convención, in case you want to check it out when you're here. So we'll see more architecture over here. So go back to Mumbai. So yeah, I finished breakfast, everything. I had a shower already, clean clothing, fresh clothing. So I go out and explore. So I head directly looking for two things: the Shore Bazaar, because I didn't know where it was, and I really wanted to visit the Shore Bazaar. Look at this architectural thing right here. It's called Curia Episcopal Diocese. It's a religious building, and it's from sometime, whatever. Let's keep going. Looks beautiful. And look at this other architecture here. It's a beautiful moon up there. I don't know if you could see it. That's a Renault 4, French vehicle, a French Renault 4 from 1980 something or 70 something. Look at all this. It's beautiful. Historical center. And the moon is up there. I don't know if you can see it, but wow. The days have been really kind lately. There's a hotel on the other block if you want to look for it. It's on the other block right over there. That thing right there. That building, that's a hotel. Let's go this way. So what I was saying is that I went out looking for the Shore Bazaar and for a place to do my laundry, because one thing I discovered in India is that you don't have laundromats, places to do your laundry like in the States or Canada and maybe some European places. You got to do it yourself wherever you're staying, in a little bucket, or find some place where they do laundry in general, but in these big canisters. They don't have washing machines or whatever, unless you go to the that special place in Mumbai that they do have some washing machines there to do washing. I've seen in a couple of YouTubers vlogs this year. I'll go there when I get back and check it out myself. And yeah, I went to look for the Jain temple. It was a block away. I saw it, but I didn't go in. I was maybe a little shy, but I found this other temple going towards the Shore Bazaar, and maybe I'll leave some pictures along the way here when I edit this video, maybe not. And so I went onward and I looked for the Shore Bazaar, and I asked which way it was. It was all awesome. It's such a beautiful experience walking, just taking in the smells, the good odors, the incense, hearing the temples calling out for morning service, for morning puja or morning arti, mangal arti, and all that. And I was just wow. So this is the business area, business, all of this business that way. But there's also a red light district that way, 3 blocks over, and I don't like going with the camera, which is right next to the market plaza where they sell fruit and vegetables. But that's where people start getting cranky with me, the ladies that are working the red light district and whatever, maybe they're pimps. So I'd rather just, to avoid the conflict, to avoid a confrontation, I'll just stay away from that. So let's keep going here. So we keep going, and I finally went into that another temple that they let me in, and I took a picture or two. It was so nice. I played my obeisances and everything, and then after that I went looking for the Shore Bazaar, but everything was new. Everything was blowing my senses away in a positive way. I was like, wow, dumbstruck. The smells, the people, the amount of people on the street, the different type of fruit and vegetables I had never seen in my life, the snacks I had never seen in my life either. It was just awesome. It was just epic. And so I finally found the Shore Bazaar, and I walked through it. It was nice, awesome. It was different, seeing abandoned motorcycles that had been abandoned 2, 3, 4 years before, and just laying there and just rusting away, and nobody picking them up and putting them in the garbage or something, or junking them for good. They're just laying there and all of that. So I mean, in Colombia, if you leave a motorcycle like that to just rust away and whatever on the street, and it was just on the floor lying down, didn't even have tires anymore, or at least not one tire. I saw a couple like that. Here in Colombia, those things would disappear quickly. Somebody would pick it up, take it away, and then strip it down for spare parts and all of that, for spare parts. So I was really amazed at how those things don't disappear in India. So I explored. I looked for a murti of Lord Ganesh, because a guy I knew at the gym here in Medellin, this is not Medellin, this is Rionegro, but in Medellin, he asked me to bring him back a murti of Lord Ganesha. So I decided, I said, okay, I will. And I went to the Shore Bazaar to explore, saw so many shops, went into so many, well, not so many, a few. And finally I bought it from one dude, a Muslim Indian, very nice fella. He even sold me some coins, got me to buy some coins that were found in the ocean from different countries from around the world. I think I bought 5 of them, and I bought the murti, and I had some chai tea around. I think he invited me to chai tea. He gave me chai tea for free, and I accepted. I was saying no, and he's like, no, please, you must accept, my friend. And I did. And I walked into these other shops, and they have so many antique things. The Shore Bazaar, things that I would never probably see in the States or in Canada, not even in Europe. Such Asian type things, and even from Greece and Persia and whatever. So that was an awesome experience that day, going to the Shore Bazaar. And then that night, I think it was that night or the next day, I decided to go to the Marine Drive again, walking to see the sunset, because I wanted to see the sunset. Because the first day I was there, I didn't, because I was so tired. I went into the check-in and everything, and I just had dinner and whatever, lunch and dinner, and then a shower and went to sleep. So the second day I was there, I went at night to the, before sunset, I went to right there, Marine Drive, right in front of a big place where they play cricket. So I'm walking around, I'm watching these kids on the beach doing somersaults and everything, all kinds of tricks, hanging out. They had just come out of school or university, so they're hanging out. That's the typical thing there on Marine Drive. So I enjoy that. I take some pics. I made 1 or 2 videos, short videos on my smartphone, just to keep for memory's sake. And so I did. And when I crossed over, I needed to use the men's room. There's a bathroom, a restroom, public restroom. And I saw for my first time those those Indian toilets, the hole in the ground, that's it. I'm like, whoa, no, I can't use this one. So I went ahead and just used the other one, the Western toilet they had in there too. So I used that one instead, I think. Well, I don't know if they had one. I can't remember now. But anyhow, I had to do number 1 and 2. And that was it. And then I crossed over because I saw this commotion, this music going on with Rajasthani. Hey little doggies, how are you? Doggies, beautiful doggies. And all that. So I hear that Rajasthani music, like that band music from Rajasthan. And so I cross over because I saw these people looking onward, and it was an Indian wedding. It was an Indian wedding, and I have the short video that I put together from the little different clips I made, and you can check it out. I'll probably leave it in the description box as a link, and maybe if I remember at the end of the video, but for sure I plan to leave it in the description box. So I crossed the highway there, or the big avenue, Marine Drive, you know, the Queen's Necklace, because it's like a pearl necklace because it wraps around. And I was like, wow, it was so cool. And then the groom, not the bride, the groom was just arriving, and the brand in front of him with the music playing loud, and his family and friends dancing, the younger ones, and the other elderly family members were waiting at the entrance with all the flower garlands that were just the whole entrance. I mean, guys, you have to see the video to get a full appreciation. I'm just telling you the story while I'm walking through here in Rionegro. And we're in the town square, but I'm moving away from it right now, so we have enough time for me to tell the story, and then you see the whole town square. These are long vlogs from now on. Not from now on, it's been like that already for a while, in case you're new to the channel. And look at all these little things here where they're selling all kinds of things here on a Saturday here in Rionegro. So, but I'm not gonna go all the way down there because I hear loud music somewhere down there. So I saw that Indian wedding, and it was an expensive, really expensive, a rich man, really rich man's wedding, because it was so posh, so luxurious. Everything was just like crazy. Oh, I see Lord Buddha right here. Check it out. Lord Buddha, no, and Ganesha. There we go. We got Ganesha, Jai Ganesha. I was talking about Ganesha, so now I'm happy that I saw Ganesha without even expecting Ganesha to appear for me. And I was just talking about him a few minutes ago. Wow, guys, I feel blessed. Maybe I'm crazy, man. Maybe I'm misinterpreting things, but I feel blessed. Look at my face, man. It's a smile from ear to ear. Or ladies and men. I'm so happy. Wow. So he came in a chariot with one big white horse, with two white horses pulling it, and with two little kids, like the kids that they use to grab the bride's dress so it doesn't drag on the floor. And I was like, wow, really? I am so blessed or fortunate to see this today. Look at this, mango michelada with brown sugar, 100% natural. It's not beer, it's just natural drink here with mango. Wow. And then desserts, all kinds of sweets and whatever. And then the flowers, the little flower pots with different kind of flowers here in Colombia. Check it out, in case you don't know what kind of some flowers in Colombia look like. These are flowers here. I don't know if they're native to Colombia, but they grow here. They're beautiful. Cartucho, this one's called Cartucho right there. All right, so we got so many beautiful things going on here all over the place in the town square, the main square here, the main town square, and we'll see the church in a moment. So I saw that wedding, I was like, wow, taken aback. And there was the Lord Ganesh, a big Lord Ganesh Murti or whatever at the entrance of the groom's thing, to be auspicious, to remove all the obstacles. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Jai Ganesha. Jai Bharat. So, always fresh, the bakery. It's called Domenico. So yeah, it was beautiful wedding. Check it out. It was awesome. The music. There were some foreigners next to me also making videos because they found it amazing. Probably their first time too. There goes the church right there, the main church here in Rionegro. And all these kiosks here, they sell little snacks, drinks, whatever, beverages. And you got the ATMs here. If you're here traveling in Colombia, I recommend basically to use Bancolombia ATMs. They're safe, secure, won't retain your credit card, won't retain your debit card, like some of the banks might do in Colombia or around the world, which has been a problem for travelers. You lose the thing retains your card, you won't get it back, then you got to call your bank in your home country and have them send you another one. That's crazy. Look at this, more beautiful women. I just love women. I love seeing the beauty of the women that you see. There's a museum down here called the Museo de Artes de Rionegro, the Museum of Arts of Rionegro, the Rionegro Museum of Arts, basically. So there goes the church right over there. It's a little windy here, or a little more windy than normal because the mic will pick it up a little harder, but hey, part of life. So that is basically my second night in Mumbai. It was awesome. My third day and fourth day. The third day I went to the Mahalakshmi temple. I remember that clearly. I went there. I left my sneakers at the entrance down there because you can't go in with your sneakers or your shoes or your sandals, nothing like that. You can't go in with them. You can't, so you know. And if you think somebody's gonna steal your sneakers, like some people, like Frenchie Pierre, ride with Frenchie when he was in Delhi. This year, and he went to the Jama Masjid and he left his sneakers right next to him from behind him. Some kid, probably somebody stole them. He don't know, he doesn't know who took them. So be careful with that. If you don't want your sneakers to be stolen, whatever, or your shoes, just carry a light backpack and put them in there. Or well, that's a big pit bull. Look at him, bull terrier. He's a strong little guy, strong one. And people just hanging out here, and that's the church. Let's go check the church out, and I'll tell you about the Mahalakshmi temple experience, the rest of it in a moment, because I still recall it very vividly. Wow, because I'm thinking about it right now. I do. Before I've thought about it a little bit, but I've never really recalled it vividly, but today I am. They're in mass.
Moisés habló al pueblo diciendo: escucha la voz del Señor tu Dios, observando sus preceptos y mandatos, lo que está escrito en el libro de esta ley, y vuelve al Señor tu Dios con todo tu corazón, con toda tu
Okay, so that's the church a little bit. So this is the town square, the main town square. Look at that. This is the old school architectural style. They have preserved it. They haven't let them remodel it, change it, in order to try to keep some of the old architectural style intact. Some of it has been lost, but they stopped the rest before the rest did it, before other facades were knocked down and remodeled, just to keep it beautiful the way it has always been, at least for whatever. So I go to the Mahalakshmi temple and I leave my shoes down there. So on the let's go in. I leave my sneakers down there, no problem. I go in. It's beautiful, long line to get in. There's a metal detector and everything. You can't use the camera. You can't go in vlogging. They won't let you vlog, even though I was not a vlogger at that time. And it was nice. And then I had to go use the public restroom. So I went there, but the thing about the public restroom, it was all wet on the floor. I'm like, oh crap, oh that's crazy. Maybe there's piss here and everything. And I'm like, oh man. And then I gotta go back out, and then I got a lotus flower when I passed through the deity, Mahalakshmi, asking for her blessings and everything, because I do worship or whatever. I don't know if you want to call it worship, but I believe in visualization, the Kubera Mudra, and the law of attraction. Forget about belief. I just do it. I see it. It can be done. And I do the Mahalakshmi mantra. Sometimes I listen to it. The Ganesha, the Shiva, Saraswati mantras. So yeah. And that was my experience. And then I got the lotus flower and everything. They gave it to me, the Pujari. And the Pujaris gave it to me. I felt so lucky, fortunate, and everything, blessed to have received one of the offerings it's called a Maha. It's called Maha lotus flower because it's Maha. It was offered to the deity, the presiding deity. So I got that, I left, and I went back out and got my shoes. My feet were a little wet, and I thought from being, you know, in that public restroom inside the temple, all the way down the stairs. If you've been to the Mahalakshmi temple, it's all the way downstairs. You gotta walk a flight, like a set of stairs all the way down, and that's where the women's and men's public restrooms are and everything. And that was it. And I put on my shoes again, my sneakers with my socks, dirtied them. It was okay, no problem. And I felt happy. I started walking away, and then I saw this old Shiva temple like a block away. I gotta go and visit it again when I'm back. And I remember to get there, now that I'm remembering everything, recalling everything, I had to take the Indian Railways train inside of Mumbai out to a certain metro, a certain station, not the metro, a certain station, and get out and walk for a few, like 2 blocks or a block, and then catch like a collective type of little vehicle that takes like 8 people in it. It's like a different kind of tuk-tuk. It's not a regular tuk-tuk or a regular auto rickshaw. And we were all crammed in there to go all the way to that area where the Mahalakshmi temple is, or to the other thing where the Muslim site is, right down the bay. And then after that, what did I do after that? Yeah, I walked all the way to the temple, and that was it. And then I got back on another one, or I walked all the way back to the train and went home, and that was my day, and that was it. And then the following day, the 4th day, I went to the airport, to the national airport, not to the international Shiva, but I forgot what it's called. I see it all the time. I forget the name of the airport, but anyhow. So I went to the local one, the national one, and I took a flight to Bhubaneswar. So guys, stay tuned for the next episode. I don't know when it'll come out. I don't even know if it'll come out on Mondays or Wednesdays, but it'll come out. Stay tuned for it. And in that episode, I'll talk about Bhubaneswar, arriving there. But when I did take off on the airplane from Mumbai, I made a video clip taking off. It was nice. The unfortunate thing is I lost it when I lost my phone. I hadn't uploaded all my videos up to my what's it called, Google Drive. So some videos I made in India were lost forever, but they're still in my memory. So I did do that thing, and it was beautiful. Mumbai looked awesome from the sky. So I'm expecting to go back to the city of dreams, Mumbai, to fulfill my dreams of being a grand YouTuber. Grand, really up there. And it will all start in Mumbai, round 2. So stay tuned for episode 3, guys. And I'm leaving the videos that I recommend you watch. 2 videos and the subscribe button. Remember, if you have liked this, give a like, subscribe to the channel. It's free, help us grow so that I can continue bringing you awesome things. And then one day just become a full-time travel vlogger, one day soon, like in the next 2 years. Not one day sounds like never. So stay blessed, share this with your friends, and until next time, from Rionegro, Antioquia, in the country of Colombia, namaste, ciao, hasta luego, goodbye, au revoir.